Good science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in the frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck up and die.
Yeah, speaking of dude,
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, dude, Jimmy Carroll, baby. That's who I'm speaking of, man. He is apparently the songs "Catholic Boy" and "People Who Died" were in this film.
Oh, good. That makes sense, dude. The needle drops. I mean, we'll just out the gate were pretty good, but hilarious, and like how goofy they were. Like when the fucking Doors, when they like took all they're like we just got to take the pills, dude. Let's go with the black pills, and they take like all the Benzies or whatever, and then they're like so fucked up at the basketball game. And it's just like the Doors or whatever. It's just I forget what song it is, but it's just like Riders on the Storm. It's just like,
yeah, right.
Pretty good, but weird. Oftentimes awkward, and I think that kind of sums this movie up, where it's just like, okay, I see what they're going for, and like that kind of works, but also like kind of not. So anyway, this is the Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast. That's Jordan over there. I'm Levi over here. We're talking about Jimbo. What's his last? Carroll, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Jim Carroll.
Talking
baby.
about the Basketball Diaries, which I'm like interested because like this happens sometimes, and we're always so baffled. So the Basketball Diaries, we're doing this whole month. We're doing like Sundance movies, and I put a handful of Sundance movies. I was gonna pick like big ones, like Big Lebowski and like Whiplash, but then I was like, fuck that. I want to pick the ones I haven't seen. You know what I mean? The more indie ones that are like true to the spirit. So I picked like all these, and it was crazy because it's like I had more votes on. I'm curious what it is actually right now. I had more votes for Basketball Diaries specifically than I've had on any poll combined this year. Probably I had like 70 votes. For Basketball Diaries.
Really?
Yeah.
For 70 votes for Basketball Diaries?
Yeah, like, and I'm like, okay. Hold on. Sorry. I was going to pull it up.
I missed, okay, so then I missed something because no, it's, okay, the irony out the door, I voted for this.
Dude, okay.
Because I thought I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
And apparently I have. But anyways, what was the vote count?
Okay, so on YouTube, there's 115 votes cast for this last poll, which is like more than we usually get.
That's great.
We usually get like,
that's great.
You know, I don't know, 20, something like that.
I don't know. It depends.
We have no idea, and I like
there's
the algorithms. Like I have no fucking clue.
If we do noir, we know we're getting 2.
Maybe.
But
that's why Western Month is always such a, I don't know, you get your fans. But Basketball Diaries got 92% of that vote, so it's got over 90 votes.
Yeah.
It probably has like close to 100 votes. Which is hilarious. So I hope I have all these comments. I got some comments of everyone that came out to talk about their favorite movie of all time that brought them
I haven't read I know apparently, I haven't read the comments, but I'm assuming that it's a lot of like,
I haven't read all
grew
of
up
them
with this. Like, you know, I would imagine that this was like, you watched this when you were a young teen and you were like, whoa, you know, like Leonardo.
Yeah, we'll get, so just a brief, I'm not going to give like the actual details, but it follows, it's like a biography, right? And it follows.
Hardly.
Yeah, it's a loose biography, I guess. And it follows this young dude played by Leonardo DiCaprio, young Leo. I guess it supposedly takes place in the 70s is when the book was. And so it never is really clear about it. But anyway, he is like on this like Christian or this like Catholic school basketball team, and he's really good, and like him and his buddies, like scouts are starting to look at them, and they're like, oh, you guys just crush it, but then they're just like kind of also hooligans that like sniff fucking ether and shit, and that obviously just keeps devolving. And it's very much like he goes down the path and he gets into other drugs, and he very quickly gets into heroin, which we all know we've all seen the movies, including Basketball Diaries.
I know.
That's bad news.
That's the gateway, baby.
Yeah, that's the gateway. You start with heroin.
And
So his life just like he quits playing basketball, like he loses a lot of his friends. He eventually turns to crime, and then he eventually turns to like prostituting, and he's like on the homeless on the streets. He's begging his mom for money. Fucking Julie Dreyfus or wait, is it?
Yeah, Juliet Lewis.
Juliet Lewis. I almost said Juliet Dreyfus. I'm like, no, yeah, Juliet Lewis. It was
right.
my crush. She, she's like a prostitute early on that's addicted to heroin, and then later he's like begging her, and she's got her shit together. Like it's just like, how far have you fallen? He's got.
Well, it's like she's barely. I don't know if she really has herself together. Anyways,
I mean, she looks sober, like by design. Like they made her look sober.
That's
at
the
least.
whole. I know.
And so and then fucking God, why am I forgetting his name? The black dude from Ghostbusters. He's like tries to take him. Yeah, Ernie Hudson. That's right. Ernie Hudson tries to take him in because he's like a dude from the neighborhood, but he just like betrays everyone he knows, and. I forget like how he gets there, but at the very end, it's like he basically takes all his stuff because he's also a writer. He writes poetry. He writes his diaries.
It's the prison. It's the U.S. prison system, baby, that fixes him.
That's right.
The correctional system,
jail,
baby.
And he like, and that's when he sobers up and he does his diaries and everything, and then that becomes. It ends with him like reading it on stage. It's like, and here's how I sucked dick for smack. Is how it's how it goes off in the movie. So, and that's how it ends. Kind of. Right. It's like I turned my life around by like basically turning my trauma into a commodity, which I mean a lot of people do. So whatever. Right. But
yeah.
And that's that movie. So what was apparently you've seen this before because
dude, okay,
Mary had the same thing. She walked in and she's like, oh, I think I've seen this.
Yeah, no, that is it. I don't know. I mean, this is like, I don't even know how to, like. It's very after school special. But it's funny. It's funny. I'm dogging on it because of its production value. But it was like a super cheap movie. It's a Sundance movie. It was like, it's a weird kind of thing where like, where this story, that's Money Minute at the end. This story like was kicking around Hollywood for a while, like the Basketball Diaries and like even River Phoenix was like. Attached
too real.
Well, really though. But and the crazy thing is like he felt he was too old to play him at this age. As a high schooler.
Well, what year did I mean?
Like, he
could have, but like Leo, he looks like such a young boy, and I guess he was only like 20 or whatever. Just adding it up. But, yeah, it's wild. Because it's like, what year did My Own Private Idaho come out? That was like a year or two before this. And, like, I could see it. But he is, like, stockier, I guess. He doesn't have, like, the lanky boy, the hot boy thighs that Leo has in this movie. And so they're like, you're never going to buy the coach wants to fucking, wants to suck off Joaquin River,
Yeah. Right. I think River Phoenix has, like, he has a good look for it. I think he works. But, I mean. I think that anyway. Leo killed it. But anyways, so like I was watching this and I'm like, nah, I don't know. I voted for it. I thought I've never seen it. Watching it, and then I get to the scene where the friend and that's like the classic narrative where it's like the friend with leukemia unfortunately passes away, and then that's kind of the excuse. That's what kicks him off to do heroin. And so it's like, but that scene when they're grieving and they're at the park or whatever, in New York, and they start having their just glorious, just beautiful, shirtless, rain drenched, like just all those, boys being boys, what are you gonna do out there?
Nothing gay about a couple dudes just admiring each other's strength,
Yeah, literally though, dude, just like propping each other up, just wet shirtless hugs. Those are my favorite. That's pretty much like this is the best. But anyways, that scene triggered in my brain. Maybe because I was I was like, oh yeah, finally back to my
oh no,
how did I ever forget
I forgot
this?
I repressed what this awakened in me.
Yeah, exactly. My old friend here. But no, that scene like triggered in my head. And I'm like, oh my god, I've seen this movie before. And like I remember like when he was getting clean with Ernie Hudson, like I remember that scene. But it's like, but even as I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, it was like a sieve. Like it would go in my head, just like literally out the other side. Like I was like, oh, okay. That it's fine. It does what it does. It's like one of those, Jim Carroll said like, this is awful. It doesn't portray my life at all. It's like, and it's not even a really great adaptation of his like embellishment on his life. Like the Basketball Diaries is like his memoirs of his life that are kind of embellished. And and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and he was doing heroin back when like you just did heroin. That's like everyone was doing heroin, dude. Like Lou Reed was doing heroin.
He's the guy.
Because Jim Carroll hung out with like all that. He was there at that like that kind
that makes
of
sense.
Scene, that like Turn of the Punk and stuff.
I didn't really know.
Hey, so you've never seen it?
No, I've never
right?
seen it. All I knew about is that like I thought he was like a basketball coach
seen it before.
that like got addicted to heroin or something like that. Because it's like it really is like the Basketball Diaries, and it's like this is a sports/crime genre on IMDb. And I was like,
literally,
I told Mary, my wife, and I was like, "Do you want to watch this with me, the Basketball Diaries?" And she's like, "Ew, I don't want to watch everything about basketball." And it's barely about basketball, like at all.
Barely. There's like 2 scenes with basketball in it.
And this is going to be the crux of this conversation, or at least my opinion of it, is I enjoyed this movie, but probably not for all the reasons it's supposed to be enjoyed. I found it hilarious. It's so like the whole time, like and obviously Leo's great, but like the like serious edginess to it feels so like goofy.
Yeah, like if I had my fist was made of ham, like that is I would be like
it
just
really
trying
feels like someone like a mom made up a story about like the horrors of
and then he
drugs,
died.
and he's like, do you want to be on the street selling your body in the bathroom truck stop? Like it feels like that.
Yeah.
But every time it was like going for tragedy. And Leo was fucking giving it his all. Everyone was giving it their all. Everyone was doing everything they could.
Marky Mark
was his best role.
Like he was so good. Dude. I don't think he knew he was acting. I think he was just. I think he was like. I think he tried to get heroin while he was there.
Yeah, he just actually beat up that old lady, and they just happened to film it.
Yeah.
And
literally,
he was good. Everyone was good, but every time it was like so self-serious. That I was just
Would
laughing.
You eat a rat to get heroin?
Yeah,
like
I was just
that was
laughing my ass off. Every time they're like, I just
know.
need one hit, and everything. It didn't work. And I guess maybe now, it's like there had always been heroin movies. I mean, we didn't we do like Drug Month like one time?
We've done, I think so.
There's always been movies about this, but I guess at the time, it's like you weren't seeing as much as like we've seen now. There was no Requiem for a Dream. This came out like the same year as Trainspotting, which is like, too bad for this movie.
Oh, right.
Too bad for this movie.
That's funny. Well, and I think there's something to be said. Like this movie does focus on a really young demographic, which is interesting.
I forget how young they are, and
that
the real story is like
and that's
even
something
younger.
So to I don't know, get my grievance out on harping on this movie. It like tonally was whack, but then just like production consistency, it was like there were cars from like the 90s driving around, and like they were just in New York. They were like in New York, but he had like a Letterman jacket on, but like he was walking through like 1995 New York, like, and it was like fully 1995 New York. Like not, and I'm not saying like he's not fucking Martin Scorsese. He's not gonna like change the whole street. He's not gonna like de-age him or anything. I understand, and it was like it was fine. I could totally let this go. It's just like the movie kind of sucked, but that was something where I kept being like, okay, I was like, oh, in this scene, it looks like it's 1952. They fucking nailed it. And then in the next scene, he's literally out on the street in the middle of New York with like a newspaper that says 1995 on it. Like it's like I'm just like he's like walking around, and he's like, I don't know, he's in a shirt, and I'm kind of like, I get it, but like when you don't have the strength of being able to like get everything period accurate. It's like make the characters like
you're right. I just got to tell you, I was listening to you and I was clocking how many times you said the word like, and it was like 40 in the last like 2 minutes. It's like I lost count. It's too much.
Oh my gosh. Well, we say like a lot, buddy.
We're changing the name of the podcast.
We can't help it. I know. Yeah, it should just be called exclamation
like
point.
this movie, or not like.
I know, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of a thing for me. I like
God.
let it
got
go
under my nerves.
because it is annoying, but every time it happened, I'm like, this is a production thing. This is low budget.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is, whatever, but
And that's
it is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It
I
does
can-
take you
I can
out
look
of it.
that-
Like everything,
right.
all those grievances take you out of the seriousness that it's trying to tell. Like, it feels goofy sometimes. Like they're hamming it up so hard. It's like I don't know. Yeah, it's much.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It's like I don't. God, now
I'm in
I can't.
your
Now I
head,
can't
sorry.
even say it because now I'm too focused. Well, yeah, I'm focused too much on it. But I was gonna say comparing this director Scott Calvert or whatever, he doesn't have like a crazy large body of work, which is fine. But he made a movie in 2002 called Deuces Wild, and it's the same style. It's the same issue with the period piece. Like it's supposed to be set in like the 50s. It's like I feel like he wants to make Scorsese films, but he doesn't.
Period
have,
pieces
like,
are the money
the
or the
vision.
gumption.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even want to necessarily say the skill.
I
but
can't say money. It can't be money
That's not
because
it.
like people can make a decent period piece.
Well,
I mean,
period
this
pieces
was
are-
a really low budget
period
movie,
pieces
so
are
I am
fucking hard. It's like if you're gonna do a period
Yeah, I
piece,
know, yeah.
don't set it in the middle of a major metropolitan city because that's just gonna fucking
right. That's
like I don't know. You get all
Yeah.
interiors all the time. You know what I
bring
mean? Like,
bring the scale down a little bit. Like when they were in the soda shop, that kind of worked for me. I was
yeah, that was cool.
like
there was a lot of good
I like,
scenes
yeah, they're-
too that worked. But that's the thing. It's like even the friends, they're like so fucked up. It's like goofy. It's like the buddy. He's so high, and then Marky Mark actually just found a gun just lying in the gutter. And it was,
I know.
It
Yeah.
was like, hey, look, I'm a secret agent. Haha, look how cool and funny I am. And then he just like clobbers this kid because he's like so high. I don't know. It's like a cartoon. It's like there's a gas leak. And I was just laughing my ass off. And it's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but it is.
No,
the whole
no,
time
that's-
I was like, it's
the thing. No,
he was so
it's
high
supposed
he
to
couldn't
be
even get his
a
wherewithal,
drama.
and then they left him behind. And even parts that are supposed to be harrowing, like the only time that really felt impactful is when he's like begging his mom for money because they're both so committed to the bit. It's so just like one shot through the door, like that worked. But when like the
Yeah,
coach is
I don't
coming
know, 'cause
in
she,
and
like-
like let me suck you off, it's so
I know.
it's trying so hard that I'm just like I can't take it seriously. I don't know.
Yeah. And
But-
I guess
but I still liked
guess
it. I don't know.
We
I had a
always
good time watching
we
it.
always say that if it has sincerity,
Yeah.
like, we can give it a pass.
Oh yeah, it get.
And I guess it it felt
I don't
sincere.
think
Everyone
it's
was
good.
trying to.
I don't think it's good, but I enjoyed
Right.
it, and I think it has value for sure. And I wouldn't even say that the issues I have are bad. You know what I mean? Per se, I think it's just a quirk, and I absorbed it in a way that wasn't intended. You know what I mean? Which is funny too, because it's like I was stone cold sober too, and so
Yeah, you weren't strung out on heroin.
I should have been. I feel like if I was
Like normal?
if I was just questioning all
Yeah.
my life choices and being like, man, I really should stop doing heroin in secret, behind my family's back.
Right.
And then, Leo, I'm gonna be begging. I'm gonna be selling my kids'
You know,
clothes.
That's what it is. That's what bothers me. Like this archetype exists. It's like they're not inventing like a drug
I
addict.
feel like 1,000
per
people
se.
have this exact story,
but-
right? Like,
But that's the thing.
Thousands.
Yeah, and it's very popular. But how it's like portrayed in this, it just feels like they're like, all right, we've got to get the like this scene now, and like this confrontation, and I don't know. This is my issue with biopics. Biopics all the time.
Yeah.
I always like it. Totally is just glossing over huge chunks of time and stuff. I think my favorite scene, if I want to be generous, is the Ernie Hudson is when his buddy is like, hey, I'm gonna like rehab you,
Yeah.
and like get him off of, kind of like brute force him, do that whole thing. Like
I expected the
get him
baby on the
clean.
ceiling. It's just,
And
it
I know, dude,
doesn't
100%.
have-
Yeah,
It's like I just need one hit.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he's like, I'm
He's like,
saving
give me
your
one little
life.
schmeckle,
Yeah, a schmeckle.
one little schmeckle, please.
Just
but
give me a bump.
but yeah, but it's like Ernie Hudson kind of, I don't know. He even felt like he was just kind of phoning it in. And
he's supposed to be the wise black guy, and he feels it. He's like, hey, kid.
I know.
Like, you know,
He does. Yeah.
I'm
I know,
dad
right.
you never
I guess that's what it
had.
is. Everything just seems so paint by numbers. And then here's this scene now, and it's like, you know, and it's like he's playing basketball with Ernie Hudson, and it's like Catwoman. Like the editing is like all over the place and stuff. And I don't know. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for sure. I was laughing a lot. I kept being like,
it's
like,
a movie about it, like a series.
right.
It's not
No,
fun.
It's
it
supposed
doesn't
to be
show
serious.
the lightheartedness of like Trainspotting is a masterpiece, so it's hard. I literally have a Trainspotting poster right here behind my desk.
Right.
And
Right.
on the
Trainspotting,
wall.
yeah.
and so it's hard to compare it, but it's like Trainspotting has this like levity. It brings like why it has like a style choice. It feels personal to that story. Where this
it
feels
shows
like
him
a culmination.
operate.
Yes,
Like
this just
that's
feels
the
like
thing that
a
bothers me so much in
culmination
this.
of
Where I'm
every
like,
drug story.
there is this archetype, but most of the time it's like how just, I don't know, plucky and fun and by himself he was a lot and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, you then capture like the grittiness and realness, but then it's like, it's also
or even
like,
the personality.
it's
like,
not.
They made
Yeah.
this character seem so basic, and I guess it's like when you're that far gone, it's like you're just an addict. You're just an addict. You know what I mean? I guess is what they're trying to say. Like, I mean,
Right.
I've known some addicts and that have gone pretty crazy, but it's like they're still people, and it's like so. It's like
Yeah,
I really
think
like.
that's it.
He likes the basketball stuff. He is always kind of tangentially doing his writing. He's got his notebook with him. It's like I wish there was a little bit more of that to like give it to make it stand out. Like even him, I thought it was really weird when he's just talking about like how oversexed he is early on, and then it just kind of never goes anywhere. Where he's
right.
he takes his friend to the like weird strip club, and then he's talking about how good it is to whack off to the stars, and he's just like on the roof whacking it. Which
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about
you
that.
ever
yeah.
just
That
you
was
ever just
probably-
whacked off to the sky
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
fun.
but all the time, yeah,
without
just
the,
on my roof.
Yeah. I did it one time,
But
in an open football field at night, and I was like, "Yeah, just at the moon."
Whoa, okay.
It's a ritual.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of fun. Yeah, I get
I
that.
get it.
Yeah,
I
that's,
get it. It's
you're
like-
definitely you're giving the
As
universe
long
your
time-
power.
as long as time ago. Not anytime
okay,
lately.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to jail if I do it anytime lately. I was his age.
Yeah,
probably.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. You're at high school. You're at high school age, though, or maybe younger. But
Was it like a playground? I'm like the other night I went down and just at that playground.
yeah, right.
in
No,
the
yeah. You're
coil.
like I found my
Yeah.
my favorite football field right in the middle of the halftime.
Yeah, I live right next to Ogden High, and so
Yeah, right. You just you're there.
whacking
You're
off there
like,
until
it was
they
like
turn the lights on. I'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
4 p.m. Yeah, just like right in the afternoon, right before a game started. Okay, well, thank you for that. That's fun. God, I don't know. I was gonna
join
go
me.
somewhere. Oh, that's what it was. It's like he would do heroin, and then and then he'd be like useless, and I'm like, I don't know. It's a funny thing where I'm like, they just did the scenes where it's like, oh, okay, now he has to do like the rob scene now. So it's
He's
like
Rob.
gonna
He turns his
somebody
back on his
because
friends.
he needs the drugs. You know, like he just like the drugs mean everything to him. But then it's like his interaction with drugs
get it.
was very
I
minimal
get it.
too,
It
and like
feels hollow. And the fact that they never really showed anyone shooting up, like very much.
know.
Like I'm
well, kind of Marky Mark when he was in the back
which
and
is
they're
ridiculous.
driving.
Hold on, I gotta.
I know. He's like, don't rock too much. And I'm like, dude, you can't do like drugs, like
and,
you know.
and their
in a
one
moving
friend is
vehicle. I mean, I guess you can.
comically high all the time, and he's like
Oh,
falling asleep at the wheel.
I know.
And
Yeah, he
it's
was
obviously-
the weakest.
It's
link,
obviously
for sure.
some kid that just can't act very much, and they're just like, "You're so strung out. Just pretend you're strung out." And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
like tongues lolling out of his mouth, literally." And
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like they need to show him like they only ever show him like doing little bumps of stuff, and it's like when the cocaine comes out when they're banging those two girls, you know what I mean? It's like that's fine, but it's like if you're gonna show it, like really, I don't know, commit to the bit. You're a low budget '90s movie about like a heroin biopic. Like
Right.
you don't need to see.
I want a needle
again,
hanging out of his arm, like
in Train
you know.
Spotting. Like you see like inside the
Right.
needle, and I'm not saying you need that. Even though you should have,
Yeah.
like, Train Spotting has Danny Boyle is awesome, so you have a lot of
God,
stylistic
it's like-
choices.
I feel like Danny Boyle's never done a drug in his life, and he's like, I'm gonna sex this up. I'm gonna make this make this look.
He's like, hey, people do it for a reason, you know.
I really though.
I don't know,
dude. Can we talk about the like the school shooting scene?
Oh yeah,
put in for the most random. I don't even understand what it was supposed to be. Was he fantasizing about it? Was it a nightmare?
I guess it's like
what? There's no tone to it. Like
it's very weird. It is very. He's got like that '90s in sync haircut too. It's like I feel like they filmed that at the end. They're like, oh, dude, we got to put that in. You know, we got the budget.
Well,
left.
no, I wonder if like
the
I know him
that scene. All the squibs.
No, literally
you know?
him. Yeah. No, and like the blanks and stuff, but and him walking, you know, they had to have a guy on there, like probably gun control guy or whatever. But I also wonder though, was this the Trench Coat Mafia dude? Did they watch Basketball Diaries?
Yeah, I saw.
I honestly,
I did. Yeah, I saw somewhere this movie actually got a lawsuit from like some of the parents from Columbine. They like sued sued the production or whatever. I don't know the exact details. I just saw it on like fucking Wikipedia or something, but. There was a lawsuit, and then they dropped it in the early 2000s because they're like, it's stupid. But it is weird that it's you never see I mean, it's because now it's like school shootings are such a regular occurrence, and they're so like you can't. I don't know the way that it's like it's a joke almost in this. Like it's honestly like the lightest part of the movie.
Yeah,
like
really.
it wants to be like it's a fantasy. It's like a power.
It is
fantasy.
a fantasy.
It's like
yeah, right.
I'm taking it back.
Yeah.
My school, which they never really.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. It's like these things don't have weight. Like he has this fantasy.
He hated school
about how he hates.
There's
school.
just no through line on who this kid is. Like he hates school. Why would he want to kill everyone in school? I mean, I guess that's. I mean, obviously, sure, that's the fantasy. But it's like it's weird. They like try to make him relatable. But then there were so many times where I was like, he's just a piece of shit before he even started doing drugs. Like, he was already a colossal piece of shit. He was screaming at his neighbor. I don't know. It like was one of these things where I'm like, he wasn't painted in a good light.
It's like the worst. Like, the only thing he likes that humanizes him, Leo, right, his character, is the fucking his friend with the terrible bald cap from Sopranos.
Yeah, right. The fact that and he writes,
and that's he
writes poetry.
Yeah.
So he's a queer. So it's like he just that's what they that's how they get away with.
I got a
development.
book of poetry right here too.
Yeah, right. So it's like I'm totally laughing because it's just like who he is. It's so kind of all over the place.
Well, that's why I'm interested to read the actual book to see how it holds up because it's obviously influential. You know what I mean? And it's obviously because I've heard of it before as a book. Like I've seen the cover of the book too and the movie. And for some reason, because I thought this was such a like about a basketball coach or something, I didn't ever connect to the two. That it's the same thing. Right. The cover of the book, it's like him on the cover, and it's all like black and white, and it's like kind of like a gritty shot a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like it might be about heroin. Potentially, and then this one, the poster for this movie, it's like him leaning against a wall, and it's like white men can't jump or whatever. One of those other '90s basketball movies, you know? No,
that's I really like. It's so funny. I've seen this freaking movie, and I don't know. That's as forgettable as it was. I don't know what I was doing. I'm trying to remember like when I saw this, but
that's what we were talking about when we hung out the other night. It was probably just like. This feels like something that would just play on like IFC or something like late at night or like some other like not a premium channel but just some other back because it feels like an after school special kind of, and so this feels like they would have permission to play it mostly unedited because it's like it's a message that needs to be seen, kind of like how they play like Saving Private Ryan unedited because that's the horrors of war, you know, and it really blah blah blah.
Right.
So it feels like CBS, we play this, but with the viewer discretion. Yeah, and Mark Wahlberg's just like, just like an unhinged.
Mark Wahlberg's like,
racial slurs
throws that guy off the roof. Yeah, he throws the guy off the roof, and he's like, Magoo. It's like I can't, you know, and he's like. Mark Wahlberg is. I could see Mark Wahlberg doing heroin.
It's so. Oh, for sure. This feels like just who he was. And I don't know. It's goofy. He was good, but even he feels like I'm trying to remember like when they're so strung out, and that right before they chase that guy, and he like sees him in the park. He comes up to Mark Wahlberg and he's like, he's saying like, "Hey,
right,"
man,
because they buy drugs from him and stuff.
Yeah, and then it's like they get ripped off. But
yeah, that's right.
when he's so strung out, I'm trying to remember what movie that reminds me of. I don't know, some other heroin movie, when he's just comically, like I do like that he was talking about how sick he was all the time from coming down the heroin. It's like you're never high, you're always just chasing this. Honestly, it's probably something from like The Wire. There's a lot of heroin in The Wire.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I'm thinking, what do they do in Blow? Like, I mean, clearly cocaine, but like, do they do other drugs? Does it advance? And then what is it? And what do they do in Goodfellas too? He start doing heroin at the end when he's like really paranoid. And
he's
they're
just doing like too much cocaine.
Or is it just coke?
Yeah.
Is it just coke?
Yeah, because we all know cocaine's, you can't overdose on cocaine. You just have too much fun. You get cocaine toxicity because you just do too much, and it's just different than an overdose.
Yeah. You just start seeing helicopters. It's like,
I know. Yeah, I'm seeing helicopters, baby.
Dude.
I wish. But yeah.
Man, I don't know.
It's
one of those like it's one of those I did like something I will give it like, and that's the thing. I guess I'm harping on this because it's less that it's just so forgettable. I've seen it before. That's my whole thing. It's forgettable. But the thing I did like is when he like does it and then like he's running through the field.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Of flowers. It's like
That's pretty good.
That's kind of fun. That's like
I appreciate
that's
that.
good.
And
on like
obviously
it
we've
captures
said
the
it,
moment.
but like Leonardo DiCaprio has gone from overrated to underrated. We were talking about this in person the other day. I feel like people just always expect him to be amazing, and he always is, but because of that, like he needs a good side character role to really go crazy with, because I feel like every main character he is, like people are like, yeah, whatever. Like this last, one battle and like every movie he's been in the last 10 years.
I totally agree. It's like the fact that he won for Revenant. I just don't. I'm like,
I know
that's like one of his weakest
fine.
roles.
He's running. He eats a fish. It's fine. But he's running around. He chops off Tom Hardy's fingers. That's a good time. But it makes sense seeing this. Like he always was good. It's like I've never seen anything with him bad in it. Like this is before Titanic, obviously, but post Gilbert Grape, it's like he's always been good. He's given it his all. He's doing the more subtle acting, but he's doing the really crazy, over the top, strung out heroin acting, and like he's obviously the highlight. This movie's like kind of goofy, but he is so committed to it, and he never like dials it in ever. And so,
right, yeah, that is
even
true.
when he's shooting up his school in that goofy fantasy that feels like it belongs in a different movie.
It really does.
He's committed. He's just doing it 100%. It's just full send, and I really appreciate that. Even from a young age, like he wanted it. He wanted it so bad, and you could tell, just to be the best. To be one of the best actors, and he is. He's great, and so I feel like I got to see more. Like I'm trying to this era. Like he's got to have been in more movies.
That
I
is
feel like
true.
you always think of the big movies, but I guarantee you there's some other smaller movies I'm not thinking of that's like turn of the century Leo.
He's been in 56 movies, so I can.
But you kind of forget about even like The Aviators. You forget about it a little bit.
Right. Sure.
Which
I mean, yeah.
Also Crushes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can. I don't know. That's when he really started getting real famous. But he's always good. Like that's the thing. It's like Leo is so good, and people. I mean, people just expect him to be good all the time, and he is always good. But just like, I don't know. Yeah. Now you got Michael B. Jordan winning awards and shit. Who's fine?
He's literally.
I'm still salty.
I mean, yeah. I know. No, dude. Literally, the Leonardo DiCaprio from like 1989. Present. He's in 1 to 2 productions a year.
Oh yeah.
So literally. So it's just like from 2001 to 2003
I like his
he
mustache
wasn't in a picture
now,
in 2002.
Isn't it for the new Scorsese movie that he's in, that mustache? He's rocking now. They released Scorsese's doing the one. He's like married to Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's like him walking, and it's a period piece, which is funny. I don't know. I feel bad. It's like I can't be like, I can't rip on this guy because I'm going to tell you the Money Minute now. We're done. We're past it.
Yeah.
I've said my grievance, and it's fine. It's one of those movies I totally. Maybe if I watched it when I was younger, like this feels like a movie that they would play on like a Friday at school in junior high, like, and it would just be like you'd watch like an hour of this movie because it's got that like it just has such a. It's so preachy, after school special preachy. But it's fine.
It's fine.
Whatever.
And I don't mind a movie that preaches at you. If a movie comes and it's got a clear message and it wants, like, it sets out to do that, like, I don't even mind. You know, you don't have to be subtle about your messages. You can just be very straightforward about it and get your point across, and that's fine. It's so serious, and but it's portrayed so goofily for me that I can't take it seriously, and because of that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it for all the wrong reasons.
Forced.
I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only reason I think I took away from it that everyone else took away from it is like, wow, what a good actor Leo is. But everything else, I was laughing way too much. I shouldn't have been laughing so much at this movie.
Dude. And mainly it's Marky Mark. He was the one that I was. Yeah.
Just so over the top. I don't know. Everything was just bonkers. They're like, we used to be hardcore, and they would like cut themselves to show like what part of town they're from to know how cool they are. But we jumped into the river. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? Like pussies compared to everything else. Yeah. Like we're so hard.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I know.
Do that. I wouldn't jump that high. I'm a pussy, but.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, give me the Money Minute. I'm gonna give it. I already know it's got to be really low budget, and I give it a lot of credence for that. But lay it on me.
Right. That is, if you hear it was $2 million for the production.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
low.
that's pretty low.
Like that's
a
wild.
Period piece
like,
in New York. A lot.
And
a lot of cast. Like there's quite a lot of people in it.
Right. A lot of cast. They're trying to like portray a lot, and it's like I don't know, but it is funny. They shoot a lot on location and stuff, so it's like I don't know. I guess maybe it's harder to shoot in New York. I don't know. But yeah, and it only made $2.4 million. But who knows what? You know, the I'm sure the DVD sales of this bad boy was, you know,
the royalties
fantastic.
from playing on the late night PBS or whatever.
Yeah, really though. Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty all right. All right, well, let me see what I got in the way of Reddit.
I'd love to hear. Yeah, I'd love to hear what our adoring fans have to say. Let me
forget. After the Reddits, we got a voicemail.
Oh, sick!
Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad you looked. I forgot.
I did. I would not have looked, but he texted me and said I left a voicemail.
Oh, sick.
Hey, whoa! What am I doing? Okay.
I know. I'm gonna get on that.
So, all right. Here's what we got for Basketball Diaries. Let's see who's got some stuff. Says Queer Lit Love says I loathed this movie because Jim Carroll's original book, his diary at 16 years old, made such an enormous impact on me. I agree with OP saying that this was like an after-school special. Anyone who never read the Basketball Diaries, grab a copy. It's amazing. No cameras, no celebrities, just a Catholic school hustler in his pen. That's a great comment. I really appreciate it. It really made me want to read the book because that was the big thing I commented in my thing too is since this is a biopic and it is like a goofy after-school special vibe where it's just very preaching in that way, it does feel like weaponizing trauma or like commodifying it rather to like, and embellishing it. The fact that it ends with him literally on a stage being like, here's how hard my life was. Don't ever get addicted to drugs. Like, it feels like all those jokes that every sitcom has that's in like Community. It's like every sketch, like Whitest Kid You Know, where the guy gets on stage and is like trying to tell the other kids, like, don't you think you're tired? You don't want to go down, you at-risk kids.
I know. Scary as
pretty
straight.
much.
Like that,
it feels like that. So it is refreshing to hear that someone who really appreciated the book fucking hates the movie and the book's not like that. And it makes me actually want to watch to read the book, so I might check that out. So I really appreciate that comment. Thank you. We also got, let's see, I haven't read Clones of People 2. I haven't read his yet. He says, first watch, I knew this was young DiCaprio, and that was all. Same. First off, you can get that he's going to be a major talent so early in his career. This is a great performance for a 20-year-old. A great supporting cast, too. I found the film a bit unbalanced in tone, trying to mix cautionary tale with a little bit of cool and also trying to make it poetic doesn't quite work for me. It's like it's trying to emulate better films or tap into a Scorsese vibe. Right, yeah. I didn't know it was a true story until the end, and that last scene made me feel like it was a film they would show 15-year-olds in high school. Don't do drugs, kids. Overall, it wasn't bad, but maybe a little too heavy-handed in this message. Yeah, just do the podcast for us, man.
Yeah, thank you. I know really though. Yeah, it's like I didn't. I said up top I didn't read these comments because I was like I figured we usually vibe together there.
Yeah. Thanks for that comment. You're absolutely right. It's funny because it's like the tone is so unbalanced, and it's not. It just doesn't work. Like they don't pull it off. I feel like it's
right.
cool.
I think that's it. They don't stick the landing. No. I know what they're going for. I think that's why it's like I can
appreciate
it.
I can respect it. Like,
I appreciate
no shame really. Like
the try. Yeah, you know. No. I think about it like making a period piece is got to be really hard. I just was upset that it just I don't know. You could have just shot it all inside. You didn't need to. Then you could have just set dressed it to make it look like the 50s
the
or
biggest
make it
takeaway
look like the
is
70s or
from I think the only thing people really remember this movie from, other than if they saw it young and they're like, oh my god, like when you're sincere and young. You guys remember that? You remember being young and sincere and you weren't so cynical and you saw something and you're like, oh my god, his poor mother. I could see that being really influential to you, but I feel like most people watch this movie and we're just like, that kid's gonna be a star. You know, Harvey Weinstein saw him and was just like, look at those gammy legs.
Yeah, I know. He watched that basketball scene too many times.
The shorts need to be shorter. Anyway, Competitive Bat says, check the voicemail.
Well,
so,
all right.
I don't know if you can hear it, Jordan, but I'm gonna pull it up on here and I'm gonna do it like I did.
Pull it up. I heard it last time.
We'll see.
I can also read. I can read along to it too. I've got it up.
Oh, you do got it up. Where it's Cult of Cinnamon Knowledge. We are changing it to that. Like,
Cult of Cinnamon Knowledge
for sure.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm gonna start watching some YouTube linguistics.
Right.
Try to how to like take diction in my voice.
Why is it coming out of here? Take some public speaking. Sorry, it's coming out of my raw speaker now. I got to make some changes. Bum, bum, bum.
It's not the speaking that I'm worried about. Like I don't need to public speak. I speak fine. I just don't know how to say anything. My filler word is like, and I can't like.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't get rid of it.
Ever since we got bullied on YouTube, I think about it all the time now. I'll watch our stuff. And I'll be trying to pick what YouTube Shorts to put up. And it starts with you being like this and like. It's because we're not scripted.
And you can see it.
It's because we're not.
You can
scripted.
see it in text.
That's how you know.
That is true.
It's raw.
Oh,
that's how you know
scripted.
We're raw. We're not scripted.
Yeah.
And we both.
And we don't go through an AI and thing to clean it up.
All right.
I really don't go through. Just write get rid of my likes and put it through an AI.
I want to get an AI to take out my video stutter because I got something wrong with my graphic card. I don't know how to fix it, and the video stutter drives me crazy. But hopefully nobody else notices it. But now that I pointed it out, you will.
Well, I'm gonna have to try to notice it. I've watched our YouTubes. I don't notice it.
So obnoxious. Anyway,
let's see. Is it like a flicker?
Yeah, it does it even when I'm not recording anything. My screen just does it. I've looked at so many ways to try and fix it, and I don't know. Anyway, here's the voicemail from Competitive Bat. Let's see what he says.
Yeah.
Hi, so this is Competitive Bat. I don't remember the numbers after my name. So I just wanted to say, starting off, that I love the settings of like late 80s, early 90s New York City because it's still just so dirty and grungy and like you can see how this inspired Gotham for Batman, whereas I feel like nowadays New York is much more shiny and clean presenting. So I want to start off by saying I love the setting for this. I do agree with others who say it's a bit like message heavy, message forward. So much so that I expected somebody to come down with AIDS due to the sharing of needles, which they even bring up that they're sharing the needles when he's like wiping off the saliva. Like it's such a weird moment, but it also feels like it's a good reminder of childhood in that moment where it's like, ugh, I don't want to share saliva with him, but like we could totally split a needle. I mean, the acting is pretty solid. Personally, I wasn't as impressed with Leo's acting as everybody else seems to be. Yeah, that's kind of the touch points. Also, if you didn't know, the junkie that Leo's character was talking to in that underground house where he was going through his experiences, that's actually the author of the Basketball Diaries.
Him. Yeah.
Which kind of makes that scene a lot funnier in hindsight. I didn't realize that until I was Googling some things. Yeah, that's my comment for the week.
Sweet. Thanks for calling in,
thanks.
man. Well, that's great. I know. See, that's the thing. That right there. You honed in on how I feel about this movie. When they wipe the saliva off, and then they do the bit where he's like, "We're about to share a needle." It explains everything to you. It's not. It doesn't show you things. This movie just talks to you. It's like I noticed. Oh, he wiped the thing off, and they're about to share a needle. That's ironic. But then they just say that out loud, and that's the whole scene. Well, and I'm like, that's just this whole movie is like that.
And it's funny that he Thank you, dude, for calling in. I like the voice.
Yes, that's great. I love it.
It's a good comment. You're more articulate in your voice too. I appreciate it. But it's funny that you mentioned the AIDS thing, because that just shows what time period is this. The book is in the 70s, because if it was the 90s, that 100% would be a conversation. But there was no AIDS in the 70s. But it's they're never trying to show what it is. And I feel like for a period piece, that's fine if you're obviously that time period, but this movie was obviously it couldn't be obviously the 70s. So they should have said something to make it more set in that time period, because some movies do that and it feels just loose and nebulous, it's not any specific time period, it's timeless. But this is the opposite.
But not for a biopic. It's
where it just feels out of place. You're asking questions. You're like, was that a 1991 sedan I just saw driving by? And then,
really,
is there AIDS? Is there not AIDS? Is it this? I don't know. But the point he said too, this is the reason why I fucking love, and speaking of Scorsese, why I love After Hours, because that old grimy New York that's got that Gotham vibe, like he says, is so cool. And you could tell
After Hours does paint New York. See, that's the thing. Scorsese can make New York another character. Yeah. He can bring New York in such a way where this movie was just shot on the streets of New York, and it just felt.
That's the thing too. It's this movie, it felt like it could have been made in the 70s, and maybe that's why it's safe, because in the same year, I'm pretty sure Trainspotting was 95. We're getting more of this more of an interesting conversation about drug use, more of a forward-facing creative choices. But also, I just rewatched for school. I watched Kids, which came out in 1995 also.
Hell yeah.
And is 100% in New York also.
Talking about drugs and AIDS.
Exactly. That's 100% what it's about.
Yeah.
And they're two movies about drugs, and they're cautionary tales, but they're done in ways that are fresh and interesting. This feels dated.
Kids will scare you straight, dude. You can watch Kids at any time, dude.
I love Kids.
It's such a good movie.
But even that, it's showing New York being grimy as fuck before they fixed it up. Whenever in the mid 2000s when they started. Now, what you think of New York, it's it was getting kind of grimy, and so. That worked for them. They did it. I feel like if they would have tried to make it now, they would still fail. They'd be new cars, but I don't know.
Yeah, right. You can't.
But you can't. They caught it at just the right time. Where New York was
$100
still
million budget.
shitty and old in a lot of places. But it's that's the thing. It's you got Kids and you got Trainspotting and you got this coming out in the same year, and this feels so antiquated compared to the other two. The other two feel fresh. Right. Especially for the time period.
And they hold up.
They hold up.
They hold up well.
This feels, written about the 70s. In the 70s,
right.
It's a cautionary tale that their heroin parents would tell them. I don't know. Yeah. It's a boomer heroin story for sure.
Totally. I don't know. There's that part where she praise, and it just feels so fucking forced. I don't know, the whole that's it. That's this movie.
Anyway,
It's like it feels forced.
We're done talking
but it's
about
fun. But if you want to call in, like Competitive Bat just did, dial this number.
Hey.
Go to your phones now and dial
Come
this
to
number.
the
And
lines
you can leave
for
us
the
a
next
message.
20 minutes. We got the lines open.
Yeah. We got open lines. That's not true. That can't work. We're recording this podcast. We're in the past. But if you're in the future and you hear this, give us a phone call and leave us a whatever. I mean, you can talk about whatever movie you want, honestly, but just, if you follow us on the pod, that's fantastic. You would dial 385-275-0169.
That's nice.
And those are all the numbers.
That was a
order.
fun month. I'm glad we went with the Sundance. It was a good to kind of like go more indie centric, especially of like the eras kind of going through like what indie movies were, because we watched like several 90s movies because that was like the peak of when indie movies could become their thing. So that was a lot of fun. Next month, my wife wants to come on the podcast again, so she's gonna pick the movies that we do for the poll, and then we'll still vote. But she's doing girl coded, I think is what she's calling it, and so more like girl movies. We're gonna see probably like Clueless and things like that. And so I'll be interested to see what she picks. She was worrying about it earlier, going over trying to figure out what she's gonna pick. So that'll be cool. If you were really liked the episode that we did a couple weeks ago on Before Sunset, we are going to do right after this. We're going to record the rest of the Before trilogy for our Patreon. So if our Patreons are actually listening to this, then hey, there's something that's over there on the Patreon soon for you.
You're gonna get a little like notification of something new.
Yeah, you'll get a notification.
We're new and improved, baby.
And because you should watch all 3 of those movies and then come listen to our 2 podcasts talking about them. So if that's something you're into too, go check out our Patreon, YouTube. I was gonna do a thing. Should we do reaction videos?
You sound like you're out of breath. What happened? Are you like you just like? Did you run in from outside? Were you kidding? Yeah, were you like getting attacked? Yeah. But no, it's funny. You said it wrong, and I love it. I love it so much. You said Before Sunset.
Before Sunrise.
Before Sunrise is the first one. Yeah. My God, dude, no, that's like the only critique I would ever say about these movies is that the naming convention confuses me constantly. So I just say the Before trilogy because now I've seen them all. So now, so if you want to hear our fun opinion,
Jordan's finally
come over to the Patreon. Finally, dude. Oh my God, I feel so good. But no, and we need a 4th one. If a 4th one doesn't come out, I will. It's past the due date, and so it's past the due date. You don't understand.
Save it.
Yeah, you don't understand.
We'll talk about it.
No, I'm done.
We'll talk about
it.
Yeah, tune in. Thank you for doing all the things. YouTube, Reddit, you got it. So,
bye. Have a fun night.
Bye now.